So many people think that manifestation is all about wanting something badly enough and then working toward it. But that's not quite true, and this is where a lot of people get stuck. You don't attract what you want, no matter how much you want something, how badly you desire it, but instead you attract what you are and what you embody. Now, I totally get that this can be a very confusing topic for some people. So that's why I want to make this video. I want to go over this distinction between wanting and being. And I want to break down what that exactly means, what it means to be something versus want something, because they are two very different energies. And before we get started, be sure to sign up for my free newsletter below. You'll get instant access to one of my popular guided meditations to help you shift your state and embody the version of you who already has what you want. It's completely free, and it's the perfect companion to this video. So with that, let's get started. So a lot of people, when they get into this world of manifestation, start to focus on this idea of wanting. Now, it makes sense because it is the starting point. You have to start with what you want, but wanting itself, it's not good enough. It's not going to get you where you want to go. What do I mean by this? Well, whenever we say that we want something, we're admitting that we don't have it. So wanting comes from a place of lack. And energetically, and this is really important, wanting actually emphasizes that gap between where we are and the thing or the situation that we desire. Instead, what we have to focus on is the state, because the state that we're in actually determines the reality that we live in. And let me break this down a little bit further. So now, what exactly do I mean by the state that we're in? Well, if we want to shift from the state of wanting, which, as I just said, it's always going to keep what you want, at arm's length. It's always going to keep it away from you because you want it. So we have to shift from that state to be in the state of having, because in the state of having, it's here. You're not worried about it. It's normal. It's expected. And you have to learn to align your self-image with the version of you who already has the thing, the situation, the money, the relationship, whatever that you desire. Now, I know this sounds a little counterintuitive because I'm telling you that you have to feel and think that you have something right now, and we haven't even done the work yet. We haven't even done the work or made progress necessarily. But there too, I'm going to explain this further in this video because this distinction is really at the heart of manifestation. And what does it mean to manifest? When we focus on being the version of ourselves right now who has what we want and having everything in our life right now, then from that state, we're actually able to attract these things into our lives. And again, I know that sounds counterintuitive, but to the universe, we have to first be in the frequency to be able to then gain these things in the physical world. So first, we're in that state, the mental and emotional state of having, and then things can show up in the physical world, which is the exact opposite of what so many of us have thought for our entire lives. So if you're still a little confused, I think this might help. Let's talk for a moment about having. What does it mean to have something? Now, to us as human beings on planet Earth, when we have something, we're talking about physically having it. If we want a car, we can point to it and say, that's my car right there. We want a relationship, we can say, that's my boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever. We can point to the thing in the physical world, and that's how we know that we have it. But that's not the same definition that the universe uses, okay? So this world, so many traditions talk about this spiritually, that this is all just an illusion. It's all a cosmic dream, if you will. And that's a topic for another video. But the fact is, this world is the world of effect. And this world is all essentially a simulation. It's a dream. And coming back to that definition of having, to us, we say to have means that we have it physically. But to the universe, what does it mean to have? The universe isn't concerned necessarily with that physical aspect of ownership or having that we look at. To the universe, having means to be in the vibration of something. We might say, well, to be successful means I have a certain amount of money in my bank account, I have a certain job, a certain career, whatever. And that's fine, but to the universe, none of that means anything. To the universe, the question is, are you embodying and living in that frequency of being successful. Because again, this universe it's all made up of energy. So your frequency and that energy, that is what the universe looks at. And so when you say, I have something, you're referring to the physical, but to the universe's definition of having is very different. The universe's definition of having is, do you embody that thing energetically? So this is such an important key when it comes to manifestation, because I see so much confusion over this definition. People get frustrated because they say, well, I'm not manifesting. I don't have what I want yet. And I don't have the relationship or the money or the success, whatever. But that definition, I mean, it's fine for us to be excited about these things in the 3D world, but we have to remember that the definition of having per the universe is very different. To the universe, again, having means to be in energetic alignment. So now let's move on to the next step. How can we actually apply this in practical ways to gain, or really to become, what we desire? So honestly, one of the best things you can do here is live in the end. And I've talked about this a lot on my channel. This concept comes from Neville Goddard, this idea of living in the end state. Living in the end state of already having what you want. So knowing right now, thinking and feeling, most importantly, feeling the emotions right now in the present moment of you already having all the things that you desire. Because again, counterintuitively, while we might be waiting for things to show up in the physical world to say we have them, to the universe isn't going to give us things in the physical world until we're an energetic match. So again, counterintuitively, we have to live in that end state and embody the frequency and the energy and, the emotions and feelings of having what we want right now. That's what comes first, so that then, as an effect, the things can show up in the 3D, and then according to our human definition, we now have what we want. See how that works? So remember, you don't attract by wanting something. You attract by being and knowing that you have it and feeling that you have it. And keep this definition of having in mind. This was a huge boost for me in sort of my manifestation knowledge, because it really explains a lot of the frustration that people have on this journey. But when you align your state of being with the reality that you want, then the reality will have no choice but to then mirror it back to you. So I hope this video helps you a little bit with this definition, especially if you're maybe frustrated on your journey and you feel like no matter what you do, it's just not working. You don't have physically the things that you want. Well, ask yourself this: if you don't have the things that you want in the physical world, which again is a dream, a simulation, it's the world of effect, do you have those things? Are you giving those things to yourself internally? Because that's where you have to start. We've always been taught that we have to focus on like hard work in the external world first, but it's the opposite with this stuff. You have to give yourself things internally, and then the outer world, the world of effects, will give you what you wanted. See how it works? So if you found this video helpful, please click the link below to join my free newsletter and join our growing community. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.